Welcome to another episode of Smash Writing. I am your host, Paul. This is Justin.
No! Moving on.
And today we are reviewing Season 1 of One Punch Man. Now,
this is me forcing Paul to broaden his horizons on what he watches as a human being.
Yeah, that's why there's two of us. I always preach there's two of us for a reason. If you didn't point this out, yeah, I probably would have never given it a chance. I'll admit to that without hesitating in that, you know, you going, hey, watch this animated show so we can review it. And I'm like, oh, is it going to be good or is it going to be bad? So far, they've been hits with me. How did you come across One Punch Man?
Well, I always known it was there, and I was watching another reviewer talking about it, and I'm like, I gotta watch this show. And I felt like, oh, I'm gonna watch this show.
Like, we have our own review channel. We're gonna review.
Well, no, this was like a year before we started doing reviews.
Okay. Now, this one, Season 1 came out with the English version, in 2015?
I could not tell you.
I think it was it's been a while, and then Season 2 is only in 2019.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, so this has 12 episodes, about 25 minutes each. And to sum it up basically real quick is you have a hero who wanted to be a hero for the fun of it and make it into a hobby.
He wanted to be the big hero, and just like he read and he started training to a point where he beats everyone with one punch.
Yeah,
and cannot be beaten.
He's getting at the beginning now of the season. He's to the point where he's bored.
Yeah, because there's no challenge for him anymore.
Despite every episode, and that's the thing. Every episode had mostly one villain up until the end. Yeah, it was a two.
You get the Sea King who sticks around for 2 episodes.
Yeah, you didn't see no more than literally 2 episodes. It wasn't like Dragon Ball Z, where the characters, as much as I love the show, they stayed around for 12 episodes and it's only been 5 minutes of fighting.
Yeah.
But let's talk about some of the characters that you got.
Boros, you see Boros for 2 episodes, I believe, 2 or 3.
Okay. So the main character obviously is Saitama. And we meet him the first episode, he beats everyone with one punch and everything. The next episode you meet Genos, a cyborg who's trying to find the people who killed his family and village and friends and family and whatnot. And including him.
Yeah, and turned him into cyborg.
Yeah, which he is saved by a doctor who, every time he gets his ass kicked,
he has to go back and fix him.
And upgrade him, and
he meets Saitama, and he kind of coaxes his way into getting Saitama to agree with training him, making his mentor. And that's where he also learns about the Hero Association, the organization heroes are supposed to sign up to be part of. He just had no idea. And I love the fact that he's reading that book to him after they joined, and you see that his father set this up after his son was saved by a rogue hero. And it's the kid he saved at the beginning before he was a hero.
Yeah.
It was all of this is because Saitama stepped up when he was human still.
and is oh, you kind of was the reason for the Heroes Association and all that. But my God, these heroes let the levels go to their head.
Some of them do. Some of them are good. Moomin Rider, for example. He's not nearly as powerful, but he does everything he can to be one.
And he gets his ass kicked.
Well, that was a great scene, though, when he was stepping up to the Sea King.
Yeah, he's I'm a Class C. Nobody thinks I'm going to be able to do anything.
You get the crowd cheering him on, and Sea King just drops him.
Yeah.
Just ends his life, and then
Well, no, he didn't end his life, but he put him out of the action there.
But that was a great entrance for Saitama, though. It's the heart of the guy just dropped, and Saitama shows up.
Yeah. And, you told me, this is a parody, of, Dragon Ball Z and stuff. And you seen some of that, because, his features on his face changes, too.
Yeah, well, that's just the art style. They all change.
Right, but if it's a parody, then that could be aiming to mock that, too.
Yeah.
But as much as this became a parody, or is a parody, it also did its own thing.
Yeah.
and the cyborg, the each story, each villain gets tougher, but not enough for him to be satisfied. And then some of the S-tier heroes, the highest ranking heroes, the strongest ones, some of them are just dicks.
Yeah. The Metal Knight doesn't even show up at the end. It's empty suit.
It's like, it's not worth it.
When the asteroid was coming.
Yeah.
And Metal Knight shows up, he's like, I'm just here to collect samples, and when it hits.
They half of them didn't care, it seemed like.
Like when Saitama did take down the asteroid because it was so close and the pieces hit the ground, they blamed him for the damage.
Yeah, and even though he just saved a lot, it's like, yeah, there's a freaking asteroid coming. If it hits Earth at full impact,
they would have destroyed everything.
Yeah. Meanwhile, he went up there and punched it and just basically had some damage done to buildings.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Well, I did love the elements it added to Saitama's character. Like, he wanted fame and he wanted the letters. And then the one time he could have done it, and he cost himself that.
Right.
After the Sea King, because they saw how the crowd was turning on the heroes. And that wasn't going to be good either, so he just feigned cockiness.
And, then once he got his level, he was disappointed because he passed all the physical...
Yeah.
But he
was marked for C, Class C.
Yeah. And he wasn't even... He had to work his way up to Class C, so now, literally... after he knows that he has to do weekly check-ins to keep his status, he literally starts going to look for stuff.
Yeah. Well, I like the introduction of other characters too around him. I liked Silver Fang, the old martial arts expert, and Metal Bat. The guy with the metal bat. That's the best name. Right to the fucking point, man. Got the bat.
You got the bat. It's metal.
He has a huge role in season 2.
Okay.
But the final fight with Boros, I thought that looked gorgeous with all the lights going off around him, everything Boros is doing, and just the light show.
Well, I like him, Saitama going to the spaceship. A bunch of the S-tier heroes are standing out there thinking of how to get in.
They're struggling with the one boss who keeps regenerating.
Yeah, until they learn that they gotta crush their marbles. But you have him going in there, and he's just, there's a wall here. Bam!
Locked door, another one! Boom!
Bam! I'm just trying to find the exit here. And the villains are still in there, the henchmen.
You want another exit? Just go, we'll tell you where it is.
Yeah, they're begging, no, you're done here. Just please leave. No, we can't take it anymore. And then obviously when he goes up against Boros, you think he finally met his match. Because now we know from watching the episodes and seeing the episode count, we're getting to the season.
Finisher move, serious punch, and he just blows this huge wave through the atmosphere.
And then he reveals to Boros that
Boros is on the death throne, and he's like, "You never tried at all, did you?"
And he's like, "No." The best part was the season 1 ended with him going, "Oh man, back to One Punch."
Yeah.
Yeah, He just he's back to being I thought I was
the big fight was over and now it's back to the B leagues.
Yeah, back to One Punch. Now
I did love the fight though where the one guy is knocking Saitama around the lab, looking like he's I'll be on a rampage for 2 weeks.
Yeah,
and he's wait a minute. I'm missing the sail! He throws his arms out and inadvertently kills the guy.
Yeah. It's literally, so he looked at the cells and
his coupons were going to expire. He's coupons! That's the thing that he didn't care. None of this mattered.
None of it,
he was stunned, shocked.
Here, you have Saitama just purely doing this for fun. It's a hobby. Then you got
everyone else. This is the most serious.
Well, even his cyborg protege. Your handwriting's horrible.
Genos.
he has a arc because he wants to be the best because I guess he wants revenge, but in a good way of speaking. So he sees Saitama just being incredible, and he's like, I am being a cyborg doing all this, and this guy can still just snap.
I like that little moment where they're training out in the mountains, and he's like, I told you to take it serious. Saitama's like, all right, and he throws that punch and stops it just short, but the whiplash of the effects blew the mountain.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm never going to get to that level.
Yeah.
Then you get the big reveal of like Saitama's training, and it was 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, jog 'em, run a mile or something.
Something like that, and it's... but you can't...
Do not turn the heat or air conditioner on.
Yeah. And then in the process, he loses his hair.
He lost his hair.
I like where they went with the stories. Like, you had two main characters, even though obviously, it's really about one, but it actually becomes about two.
Yeah.
And you see, like, just, Saitama is going to be who he's going to be. It's a hobby to him. It's not anything he's going to take serious. And they keep him consistent. Even when you thought he was turning the corner like, hey, I'm doing something good, he joins the heroes and he's like, now I only got to do this because I want to keep my ranking.
I'll just wait till season 2. Shit gets weird, and whatever direction you think they're going in, they're not going in that direction.
I kind of had that feeling because just watching this every time I looked at the next big bad villain, it's just a joke. It's a joke after a joke.
Yeah.
Then you told me to watch out for this one character,
Angel.
And
I know what kind of human being you are, Paul. Piece of shit.
The best part is, so like I'm waiting for this character, and when he first appears, he goes by another name.
Yeah.
And then he breaks out freaking nude. And here's the messed up part with with this whole process of some of these heroes. He only likes to save good-looking
young
heroes.
man. Yeah.
And that's all he wants to say. Like, he busts out of jail because
his boyfriend's escaped and he wanted to go find them.
Yeah. I'm like, and then then he busts out fighting in the nude, and you're just like, what the hell am I watching? But overall, I did enjoy. I did like the two arcs with the two main characters.
I like the two big bosses, the Sea King and Boros.
Yeah, me too. They shined. I like the
fact they poked holes at prophecies.
Yeah,
because the seer said that death was coming, and then Boros is told he'll find someone who can...
How did the prophecy lady die? Like, didn't she choke on something?
Yeah. And then Boros is chasing a prophecy, and at the very end, Saitama was like, "That's because you can't believe this shit. It's dumb." And the box off. Its job's over. Ship's down.
This was a fun show. Like I said, if it was a parody, it did a good job at mocking other animations, but establishing its own
universe and its own characters.
Its own roles and abilities and all that. What you rate it?
S. It's great. I loved it.
You know what? I
hand them out a lot, but it's like, yeah, it earned it. It earned it.
I don't hand out S's a lot, but I'm giving season 1 an S because I can't find nothing wrong with it.
The intro song alone is worth the S.
But yeah, I didn't find nothing wrong with it. It didn't bore you too long. It just got to the scene, but it told a story overall. Yeah. So I'm giving it an S. I'm going to start watching season 2 ASAP, so we can
just write season 2.
looking forward to it. So until next time,
bye bye.